Good evening, YouTube viewers and subscribers. On the bench today, I've got a very cool vintage K&B engine, and this engine dates back to 1973. It is the number 8301 15RC. This engine was very popular and was, at that time, one of the most powerful 15 size engines made, according to the review I read. And it was used for a lot of racing of some sort. I'm not all that familiar with it, but this engine is absolutely spectacular and a great example of the quality of a K&B engine of old. Now, I have very limited experience with K&B engines aside from what John has provided to me, and this is yet another John engine. This is an engine that John, my buddy, had bought on eBay and had sent directly to me, and I've had it sitting here and I haven't done anything with it until now. Now this engine features a Perry carb, and it even says that on the box, and to me it looks like it's a new engine. Now here's some interesting stuff that goes along with these engines you get, and as you can see, it's got the baffle and the exhaust. You never know what you're going to get when you come up with these engines off of eBay, and this is what's really cool about this. Is I looked inside here, under here, and there's some paperwork. And there was a little prop, spinner space around there too. I took that off. So you've got the original paperwork that comes with this engine, which is mildly interesting. I mean, it's really cool that it comes with that. But the other thing that was really even more interesting was this receipt. Now this receipt is from K&B Manufacturing from when they were in Downey, California. And I don't really care about the name on here. But the thing that's interesting about this receipt is this is not an initial purchase receipt. This is a repair receipt, it looks like, because it says 8305 piston and cylinder repaired and tested. Now what's so interesting about this is that this engine, at least according to the review article was dated 1973. This order date and date shipped is also 1973, July of 1973. So that raises the question. First of all, this is just an excellent piece of, God, I can't think of the term now, excellent piece of information that goes with this engine. But the question I have is, why would it need a piston and sleeve in 1973 when that's basically when this engine came out? Now here's, I guess, maybe a serial number on here, and it says 1785. There's a B and a 1785, so it can't be like it was an early prototype that blew up. So I don't know, maybe this guy bought it really early in 73, raced the crap out of it and blew the piston or something. I don't know. It's just confusing as to why you'd have that receipt, but that is a really cool piece of history that goes along with this engine. So it says it was tested. I'm assuming, and I can only assume, that this engine has not been run since that little testing, because, well, it is 1973 vintage engine, so my sniff test may not necessarily be all that great. But to me, it looks like it's a new engine. So, I just ordered some really small props for this, because it says that this really kind of comes alive on a 7.6, and there are other various smaller props, like an 8.4 or whatever. I did not have a lot of those size props on hands, because I don't typically run this size of an engine. So I did order some props, and from APC, and hopefully they'll be here, pretty soon. Otherwise, I think I've got I've got a couple of master air screw props that I could put on here. I think one is a 7.4, the other is a 8.6. But to be in all honesty, I don't really want to use these props because I don't know, I just don't really trust a master air screw prop like I would an APC for something like this. I mean, I could probably get by with that, but otherwise I'm going to hold off until my APCs come in. But this has been a quick look at this classic K&B 15 engine, which I'm super excited to run here, and hopefully will be on the stand very soon. So big thanks to John for letting me check this engine out before he's even had a chance to look at it, and I'm sorry it's taken me so long to do anything with it. But stay tuned for some run videos of this engine.